The press conference organized by the State Council Information Office, and today we are honored to be joined by the member of the CPC Leadership Group of NDRC, Mr. Guo Lanfeng, the Executive Vice Mayor of Beijing, Mr. Xia Linmao, the Executive Vice Mayor of Tianjin, Mr. Liu Guiping, the Executive Vice Governor of Hebei, Mr. Zhang Chengzhong. They will brief us on the topic of coordinated development of the question of Beijing-Tianjin-Hebei region in the past 10 years and answer your questions. First, I would like to give the floor to Mr. Guo Lanfeng. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It is very happy that today, on the very first press conference after the Spring Festival, together with the representative from Beijing, Tianjin, and Hebei, to give you an update on the achievements of the coordinated development of the Beijing-Tianjin-Hebei region in the past 10 years. By taking this opportunity, I would also like to express my gratitude and also give you all the best wishes for your concern on the coordinated development. As you all know, for the coordinated economic development of Beijing, Tianjin, and Hebei region is directed and deployed by General Secretary Xi Jinping, and also it is a very important decision from the CPC Central Committee. And in the past 10 years, General Secretary Xi Jinping has visited these three areas frequently and give a lot of guidance. I would say during the coordinated development in each critical time, the General Secretary Xi Jinping has given us a lot of guidance and the general principle for the development. In the past 10 years, the NDRC has worked together with Beijing, Tianjin, and Hebei province, together with the Central Committee of the CPC. With the guidance of the CPC Central Committee, we have overcome difficulties and achieved notable progress in this regard. I would like to mention a few. First, we have established the framework for the development of the coordinated development. So in 2015, the outline on the coordinated development of Beijing, Tianjin, and Hebei region has been released. After that, the central government has established the 13th five-year plan and also the 14th five-year plan. And for relevant authorities, they also release plans and policies to facilitate the coordinated development. And each year, on an annual basis, a list will be published by these local authorities. I would say we have established a well-structured top-level design. Second, we have made notable progress in relieving the non-capital functions in Beijing municipality. So that is the key task for building the coordinated development of Beijing-Tianjin-Hebei region. And this is the key to help us to improve the urban issues of Beijing, the capital city. And by doing all of that, we have made a lot of progress and also removed some of the non-key functions to the administrative center in Beijing. For example, some of the functions has been removed to the Xiong'an new area. And all of these policies have been well established. We have improved the functionalities in the capital city of Beijing. And also, Beijing has become a role model in the coordinated development. And also, the Xiong'an new area has developed side by side with Beijing. So for the Xiong'an new area, it is a millennium goal for us. For the General Secretary has emphasized that we have to act in accordance to the actual situation in the Xiong'an new area. Right now, we have already seen a framework of the Xiong'an new area, and also we have established a transport network in the Xiong'an new area. Also, for the Xiong'an new area, it has also established its own administrative center. And second, we also emphasize the importance of the development of the Beijing Municipal Administrative Center. So we have 4 key authorities from the Beijing municipality. They have relocated their centers to the administrative center. Also, for the Beijing Universal Park has become a key center and also a tourist site in the administrative center. So as we said that for the well-beings have been improved in these areas. And also Beijing worked together with Hebei province and also established a pilot zone between Tongzhou and 3 counties in the Hebei province. And also we have medical cooperation between these regions. And also we are seeing a big improvement for the Tianjin port, and the throughput has increased 15% in the Tianjin port compared to the last year, which is 22 million. And also we are accelerating the construction of the ecological center and conservation center in the Hebei province. And all of these have met some key figures that has been layered in the 14th five-year plan. I just mentioned about the cooperation between Tongzhou and the 3 counties in the Hebei, and also we are emphasizing the 2 important areas development in the Hebei province. And also we are making a lot of progress in the key areas, for example, the transportation and the ecological development. So for these key areas are also emphasized in the overall layout and the planning of the coordinated development of Beijing, Tianjin, and the Hebei region. So right now we have established a transport network, and also we see good improvement in the ecological development. Last year, for the PM 2.5, we have a 60% decrease compared to the previous year. So I would say for Beijing, for most of the time, we're able to see the blue skies. And we have continued our efforts in the innovation. For example, for the Zhongguancun enterprises, they have established branches in Hebei province as well as the Tianjin city, which also achieve a huge amount of the transaction. And right now we have over 9,000 medical service center which able to file the medical reimbursement. And then we could see a lot of the barriers have been removed from the regional restriction. And also we are launching the verification platform and providing a lot of the services to the 3 regions. We are also seeing over 50 good practices in these areas. All in all, in the past 10 years, we are seeing a lot of efforts made from the coordinated development of the Beijing-Tianjin-Hebei region, and we are continue to improving and optimizing the development. Right now, we're entering into a new stage. We will continue to follow the instructions from the CPC Central Committee, and also we have to stay true to our original aspiration and push forward for the high quality development and continue to drive the development of the coordinated development between the 3 areas. So now the floor is open for questions. With the paper, you just mentioned that for the key issue for developing the coordinated development of Beijing-Tianjin-Hebei region is to relieve the non-essential functions of the capital city. And we are seeing some of the non-essential functions have been removed to the two wings. That is the administrative center in Beijing and also the Xiong'an New area. Can you tell us more about this effort? I would like to take your question, and this is a question concerning all the parties in China. So actually, the starting point for the coordinated development of the Beijing-Tianjin-Hebei region, that is to relieve the non-essential function of the capital, which is to solve all the urban issues in Beijing, meaning that in Beijing, it is densely populated. There are a huge population in Beijing. Back in 2014, we have established a goal that is to control the number of the population within 18 million people. And all in all, in the end, we would like to control the population within 23 million by 2020. I believe all of you can feel the impact of the population. And for some people, they mentioned that for the average commute time, it's about like 1.5 hours. But still, right now, according to our survey, most of the people still have to spend over 1 hour for their commute to work. And also, the pollution issue is very distinct. In 2014, the PM 2.5 is above like 89, and that is a very high number. But right now, the figure is 32 in 2023. And also, we are seeing the price for the housing is very high. But right now, the price is relatively stable. But still, the housing price is still high. And also, we are seeing the huge amount of population will also bring in a lot of challenges for the development and the management of the social order. So all of these are urban issues. So the fundamental thing is to reduce the number of people and manage the population. When we are saying manage the population, we are saying we are not like driving people out of Beijing. We would like to remove some of the functions to the neighboring areas. So I would say the most important thing is to look further. So that is why we have to follow the concept of the coordinated development as to resolve the urban issues in Beijing and also to boost the development of Tianjin and Hebei province. So for our department, we will continue to work with the relevant authorities to control the growth, the aggregate. And also we have to look at different restrictions and relieve the non-essential functions of the capital. So first of all, we have to control the aggregate. For example, we have to manage the number of the manufacturing plants and the factories. And we encourage them to set up their base and factories in the administrative center and the neighboring areas. And also, we have to stick to the key positions in Beijing, the key functions in Beijing. And also, we have to relieve the non-essential functions of the capital in a steady manner. We will also look at the market mechanism and try to relieve these burdens gradually. So on one hand, we will remove some of the wholesale markets to other places. In 2014, since the inception of this concept, we have about 3,000 manufacturing factories in Beijing. And also we have about 1,000 logistics centers in Beijing. And right now, what we are doing is to relieve some of these non-core functions to other regions. So right now, we can see for some of the higher education, they have established their branches and also the other campuses in the Xiong'an new area. And also for some SOEs, they are also establishing their branches in the Xiong'an new area. Also, we have seen some of the branches of the broadcasting center has been relocated to Shenzhen, Shanghai, and Wuhan. This will also help with the economic layout for the whole nation. In order to evaluate the effectiveness of the relief of the functions, we will work with relevant authorities and establish a number of outlines. For example, last year we released a notification of the 28 articles on the coordinated development of the Beijing-Tianjin-Hebei region. So for the Xiong'an new area, we will also do our best to ensure the well-being of the people who have been relocated to the new area. And also we will encourage for the enterprises who have been relocated to the two new wings to improve their structure and also to increase their income for the people who are working in those areas. I believe with our joint efforts, I will see in the Beijing municipality the essential functions will be well played in the future. Thank you. Next question, please. With Beijing News, my question is, since the coordinated development of the Beijing-Tianjin-Hebei region, what are some of the progress made in the Beijing Municipal Administrative Center, and what will be some of the tasks and the actions taken to boost the development of the Beijing Municipal Administrative Center? Thank you for your question. As we all know, we are pretty much concerned about the development of the administrative center of Beijing Municipality. For the planning and the construction of the administrative center and the Xiong'an new areas, which also refer to the two wings, and this is an important decision made by General Secretary Xi Jinping. This is also a millennium goal for us. In Beijing City, we closely followed the outlines that has been approved by the State Council. The State Council also released a suggestion on the high-level development of the Beijing Municipal Administrative Center. In the past few years, we could see a lot of major changes in the administrative center. For people who have never been to the administrative center or been to the administrative center for a few times, they could see there's a major progress made in the construction of the administrative center. For example, right now you are able to see the general network, the transport network, and also each year we will invest over hundreds of billions yuan to facilitate the construction of the administrative center. So first, we have already inaugurated the operation of the Phase 2 office area of the Municipal Administrative Center. And right now, over 30,000, and including their family members, we have over 100,000 people coming to the Beijing Municipal Administrative Center to work and study. And also we are able to establish a city center park in the administrative center. And this will also provide a lot of entertainment to the local people. And also for the Universal Park Studio in Beijing, this has become a signature landmark in Beijing. Also, we are seeing that there's a huge amount of people coming to the Universal Studio for travel during the Spring Festival. And during the Spring Festival, there are a lot of must-visit places in the administrative center. And also, we are boosting the tourism in the Grand Canal in this area. And also, we are reconstructing the East Third Ring, Sixth Ring. I would say we have steadily improved our capability to build the Beijing Municipal Administrative Center. And also, we are providing more support and step-up efforts in constructing the facilities, for example, the schools and the hospitals. And they start recruiting people, students, and also to provide medical services to the local people. And many people choose to stay and stationed in the administrative center. And more enterprises decided to come to the administrative center for start and doing business. Now we could see it is quite bustling, and also we are seeing a good momentum for the development of the Beijing Municipal Administrative Center. At the same time, we are following the guidance of the State Council. Tongzhou has worked with the 3 counties in the Hebei province. They follow the same standard and unify the leadership for further development. Also, we have established the committee to manage the cooperation between Beijing and the Hebei province. So this also shows that we are able to realize the governmental affairs management between the 2 regions. So right now, we have 10 trans-regional lines between Tongzhou and the 3 counties in Hebei province. And by the end of this year, we will be able to add the 11th transportation line that travels between the 2 cities. And also, we are able to set up the line Pinggu, so people can travel from Tongzhou to Hebei province. And for the Chaoyang Hospital, they also provide a lot of support to the Yanda Hospital. We could see we have abundant medical resources in the Beijing as well as in Tianjin and Hebei province. We also organize a number of forums and seminars. And over 200 contracts has been signed, valued over 150 billion yuan. So going next, we will continue to follow the high-level standard to build a Beijing Municipal Administrative Center, to build well the Xiong'an new area. We will continue to improve the structure for the city, making sure that for the development of the 3 regions are interconnected. And we will continue to attract investment and to further optimize the transportation network from Beijing, Tianjin, and the Hebei region. And we will put equal emphasis on the office areas, the transport function, and also the scientific and technological innovation. We will do our best to build new growth drivers and also to build the areas into a green pilot demonstration zone. So right now we are seeing that in the future we will see more achievements between the cooperation of Tongzhou and the 3 counties of Hebei province. Thank you. Next question, please. With cover news. For the Xiong'an new area is a millennial goal for China since the establishment in 2017. What are the changes in Xiong'an new area? Can you tell us more about the construction and development of the Xiong'an new area? I would like to take your question. Thank you for your question. So the original aspiration to establish the Xiong'an New Area is to help to relieve the non-essential functions of the capital city of Beijing. So right now we are seeing for the Xiong'an New Area has taking up the place of 1,700 square meters. So right now we have taken a longer term vision. So for some of the basic infrastructure has been completed, and now the Xiong'an New Area has worked together with the capital city. I would like to point out a few key tasks. First, we will continue to improve the mechanisms and the policies. After we see the outline on coordinated development of Beijing-Tianjin and Hebei region, and also we receive the guideline from the State Council. And also we are having like 4 separate guidelines for the development of the Xiong'an New Areas. All of these decisions and guidelines have been implemented. So we have followed the standards proposed by the CPC Central Committee and continue to promote the development of the Xiong'an New Area. And also, we have selected 12 top-level enterprises to design the landscape of the Xiong'an New Area. And we are trying our best to integrate the layout into the development of the Xiong'an New Area. We also fully consider the Chinese characteristics in constructing the Xiong'an New Area. So right now we are seeing an initial framework of the new area. We focus on the development of the initial zone of the Xiong'an New Area. For example, we will pay attention to the public service and the infrastructure construction. For example, right now we are seeing a transport network in the Xiong'an New Area. And also for the infrastructure, they are all in place. After we launched the Beijing-Xiong'an Highway, actually it takes only like 19 minutes to travel from the Daxing International Airport to the Xiong'an New Area. And also we see a lot of progress in the development of the Beiyangdian conservation area. So for the Beiyangdian, this will also have an impact on the ecological development in the Hebei province. The CPC Central Committee has attached great importance in this regard. And also the Central Committee also released the guidelines in providing support in constructing the ecological environment in the Beiyangdian. With years of efforts, right now, the water quality has stabilized at the level 3. And also we are seeing a beautiful place in the Xiong'an New Area. Fourth, we will continue to improve the people's well-beings. For example, we have established a number of primary schools and middle schools in the Xiong'an New Area. And also, we have established hospitals in the Xiong'an New Area. They are already starting to receive patients. And also, we are boosting the coordinated development between the Beijing municipality and the Xiong'an New Area. And also, we are issuing the card system so people can use their medical insurance in Xiong'an New Area. And also, they could use their transport card between Beijing and the Xiong'an New Area. Right now, the blueprint has become a reality. During this process, we always bear in mind that for the Xiong'an New Area is the key place for the relieving of the non-essential functions of the capital city of Beijing. I believe with our joint efforts, we will see more surprises and the progress made in the Xiong'an New Area, and also welcome all of you to pay a visit to the Xiong'an New Area. Thank you. Next question, please. With China News Service, so we have abundant resources in Beijing and Tianjin. I think it is very important for the cooperation between the two cities. So how we further the cooperation between Beijing and Tianjin in the new era? Thank you. Thank you for your question. First of all, I would like to thank you for your long-term support, for your concern of the development of Tianjin. Since the 18th Party Congress, the General Secretary has emphasized the importance of the cooperation between the Beijing and the Tianjin and to play the key role of the two cities. So he mentioned that it is very important to boost the cooperation and coordination between Beijing and the Tianjin. And during the Spring Festival, General Secretary had visited Tianjin in person and also made very precise guidance for the development of the Tianjin. I would say Beijing and Tianjin, they are complementary in nature. And for these two cities, they have to put themselves on the same page. Tianjin has to work closely with Beijing. And also Tianjin will also take the role for the relieving of the non-essential functions of the capital, abiding by the instruction of the CPC Central Committee. We will try our best to develop the two new wings in Beijing, and we will also show our responsibility. I would like to emphasize the following aspects. First, in terms of the transport integration, I would like to emphasize the rail network in Beijing, Tianjin, and Hebei region. So right now we are promoting the half-an-hour commute circle and the 1 hour transportation time. So last year, we have inaugurated the Tianjin Daxing Airport intercity railway. So right now, it takes only 40 minutes to travel from Tianjin to the Daxing Airport. And also, we have launching the shuttle bus between the Wuqing to the Daxing Airport. This will also improve the commute between Tianjin and Beijing. And the second, we would like to fully play the role of the Tianjin port. Tianjin port is not only belong to Tianjin, but also belong to Beijing and the Beijing, Tianjin, and Hebei region. And also for the Tianjin port, this will also help to improve the business environment in Beijing. We have followed the guidance of CPC Central Committee and the General Secretary Xi Jinping. And also we adhere to the philosophy that the Tianjin port also belongs to the Beijing. So we also set up new lines that traveled from the Tianjin port to Dahongmen in Beijing. And also we set up the service center in the Tianjin port. In terms of the energy supply, we also provide support to LNG and also the petroleum support to Beijing. Third, in terms of the cooperation of the science-tech innovation, we also followed the philosophy of providing the growth driver to support the coordinated development. And also we exchange our resources with Beijing. And at the same time, we make good use of the resources from the Zhongguancun. So for the Zhongguancun, it also established like 2 pilot zones in Tianjin City. One is a testing laboratory and the other one is the piloting laboratory. And right now, from year to year, we could see many initiatives have been moved along during the past 10 years. And this will also support the development of the innovation in Beijing. And last year, we are seeing over 2,400 contracts coming to Tianjin, and also the transaction amount has been increased by 85%. Fourth, we also abide by the guidelines of the industrial cooperation and to build the industrial cooperation chain between Beijing and Tianjin. So we will give a full leverage of the innovation in Beijing, and also we will also play the key role in Tianjin for the R&D base as the advanced manufacturing. So I would like to mention the smart vehicles. We have worked closely with Beijing, with the Vice Mayor, Mr. Xia. So right now in Tianjin, for our R&D base for advanced manufacturing, we will have over 120 companies providing the parts and units of the vehicles that has been produced and manufactured in Beijing. But we think we still have room for improvement. Last year, we also worked with Beijing to organize a number of the seminars. So all of these seminars and forums are organized by the government, and we welcome the enterprises to come to the forums to exchange their ideas. So during the seminar, we are seeing a great number of enterprises. They are showing interest in attending the forum and the seminar. This shows that there is a huge amount of demand between the two cities. Going next, we will continue to follow the guidance of General Secretary Xi Jinping to play a key role in boosting the cooperation between Beijing and Tianjin and writing a new chapter of the two towns, the two cities. First, we will continue to play our role in promoting the scientific and technological innovation. So we will work with Beijing, and also we will give our privilege in terms of the R&D for advanced manufacturing. And also we will work with the educational resources in Beijing and to establish the national level innovation center in Beijing and Tianjin. And we will try our best to establish a R&D base center for the advanced manufacturing. And also we will try our best to establish a national independent innovation demonstration zone in Tianjin. This is also a requirement proposed by General Secretary Xi Jinping during his visit in Tianjin. Second, we will continue to play a key role for the industrial cooperation with Beijing. For example, for certain industrial parks, we will work closely with Beijing. So on one hand, we are focusing on the development of the Zhongguancun Science-Tech Park in the Binhai new area, and also we will try to leverage the platform in Wuqing. We would like to unleash the potential of all of these platforms. And hopefully we could turn all of these blueprints into reality. So for example, last year we have established 6 blueprints for the coordinated development of Beijing-Tianjin-Hebei region last year. And we would like to turn all of these blueprints into reality. And next, we will continue to organize a number of forums and seminars to serve the enterprises and the market entities. follow the instructions by the General Secretary Xi Jinping, we would like to establish an advanced manufacturing center in Tianjin. And the third, we would like to further and deepen our cooperation with Beijing. So, on one hand, we have to follow the urban integration and also to forge the synergy with Beijing. And we would like to establish more closer cooperation between Beijing. And also we would like to improve the synergies with the two new wings in Beijing. And at the same time, we would like to improve the business environment for the two cities. Fourth, we would like to focus on the key areas. Hopefully, the cooperation can be forged in several aspects between Beijing and Tianjin. For example, the transport cooperation and also the ecological conservation. By doing all of that, hopefully we are able to build a new landscape for the development with Beijing and Tianjin. Thank you. Next question, please. With China Daily, for the Xiong'an New Area, it is one of the key areas to relieve the non-essential functions of the capital. How does Hebei play the role of the Xiong'an New Area? You also mentioned that for the Baiyangdian is also one of the pro in Hebei province. What work has been done by the Hebei province to protect this conservation area? Thank you for your question. Also, thank you for your attention and concern of the construction and development of the Xiong'an New Area. As you all know, establishing the Xiong'an New Area is a major decision made by the CPC Central Committee with Comrade Xi Jinping at its core under new historic context. General Secretary have visited Xiong'an New Area for 3 times. He emphasized that for this new area is quite different, because the positioning of the Xiong'an New Area is to relieve the non-essential functions of the capital city of Beijing. Hebei has earnestly implemented the decision from General Secretary Xi Jinping. We work together with the government and also paying a lot of attention to the key programs and the projects. For the Xiong'an New Area, we have drawn up a blueprint, and in the end, it became a new city. We are seeing historical changes in the Xiong'an New Area. First, we would like to establish a good environment for the relieving of the non-essential functions of the capital. We have received a lot of policies and also the facilitating programs to support the function of the Xiong'an New Area. And also for all of the well-beings, we are seeing that we could enjoy the same kinds of social security benefits in Beijing as well as in Xiong'an New Area. And also, we are opening up a new channel to relieve the non-essential functions of the capital of Beijing. By having all of these platforms, making sure that all these enterprises would like to stay in Xiong'an New Area. And the third, we would like to follow the high-level development and the construction of the new area. Also, we are making sure that all of these signature programs can be implemented in the Xiong'an New Area. Just now, Mr. Guo Lanfeng has gave us a lot of detailed explanation of the construction. And also for the Xiong'an New Areas, we are also paying a lot of attention to the construction of the facilities. And for example, for some of the hospitals that has been sponsored by Beijing has already opened to public. And also, we are establishing the transport network and also some entertainment and the sports center in the Xiong'an new area. We are also catering to the markets and also build a very good business environment to attract more investors and enterprises to stations in Xiong'an new area. We also like to attract the sci-tech companies to station in the Xiong'an new area. Now you could see a lot of innovation in Xiong'an. And in the past few years, we released the 16 measures to attract talents in Xiong'an new area. We also trying to recruit the university students to study it and also to make startups in the Xiong'an new area. For the General Secretary, Xi Jinping emphasized the importance to preserve the Beiyangdian Conservation Center. And also Mr. Guo Lanfeng have gave us a lot of introduction of the Beiyangdian Conservation Center. We enact laws to protect the conservation center, and also we are trying our best to mitigate the pollution and also to improve the ecological environment and also the ecological restoration for the Beiyangdian. We are trying our best to treat the wastewater and to protect the biodiversity in the Beiyangdian. We are seeing notable progress in the ecological environment, and also we could see the water quality is at a very high level. We have 272 wild birds observed in the Beiyangdian. And also we are seeing a lot of endangered species in Beiyangdian Conservation Center. And for some of the endangered species, they're quite sensitive to the environment, but for all of these species, they decided to stay in Beiyangdian. That also means that we have a very good ecological environment in Beiyangdian. Thank you. Next question, please. So we are noted that in Tianjin right now, it has pushed forward the 10 measures to promote the development of Tianjin City, but the top of the list is to promote the coordinated development of Beijing and Tianjin. My question is, what are the key measures taken by Tianjin to promote the coordinated development of Beijing, Tianjin, and Hebei region? Thank you for your questions. And also, I would like to thank you for your attention to the 10 measures released by Tianjin. So, as I said, for coordinated development of Beijing-Tianjin-Hebei region is an important strategy that is personally directed, deployed, or advanced by General Secretary Xi Jinping. And this is our responsibility to promote the coordinated development of Beijing, Tianjin, and Hebei region. So this year also marks the 10th year anniversary of the coordinated development of the three areas. On February the 1st and the 2nd of this year, General Secretary Xi Jinping has paid a visit to the grassroots authorities, and they listened to our reports and also gave remarks to the local authorities. And also he gave a lot of guidance on the coordinated development of the Beijing-Tianjin-Hebei region. And General Secretary's remarks also gave us a lot of basic guidelines for the further development in Tianjin. So for our municipal government has closely followed the spirit of General Secretary Xi Jinping's spirit. Last year, we released the 10 measures to boost the coordinated development of Beijing-Tianjin-Hebei region. And also these 10 measures also echoes with the spirit of the 20th Party Congress. So our 10 measures have been acknowledged and recognized by General Secretary Xi Jinping. He hoped us could further implement these 10 measures. So first, that is to deepen the cooperation and coordination between Beijing, Tianjin, and Hebei region. And this is also the guideline for the other 9 measures. So we have to make sure that for all of the guidance can be implemented in Beijing, Tianjin, and Hebei region. So as far as we know, I would like to emphasize the achievements that we have made since the inception of the 10 measures. First, we will try our best to relieve the non-essential functions of capital. That is the key issue for promoting the coordinated development of the Beijing-Tianjin-Hebei region. So for Tianjin, we would like to abide by the philosophy of the win-win cooperation and mutual benefits. In the past 1 year, after we initiated this measure, we are seeing for some of the SOEs, private enterprises, and some foreign invested companies, they decided to move their companies to Tianjin. And also we are seeing some of the big names and key enterprises and some of the high-tech companies, they are considering moving their bases to Tianjin. And also Tianjin has established a convention, and this is one of the 3rd important international conventions in China. And also we have the aviation center established in Tianjin last year. And also I mentioned the Zhongguancun Science Park has been established in the Binhai New Area in Tianjin. So for this Science Park, will receive, are expected to receive over 5,000 enterprises. Second, we will try to innovate the industrial chain in Tianjin and also to attract more talents in Tianjin. So for the Science Park in Tianjin, they will work together with Beijing and Hebei region. And also in Tianjin, the R&D base for advanced manufacturing has worked together with the key universities and also established 7 innovation platforms in Tianjin. As I just mentioned, Tianjin worked together with Beijing and the Hebei province. We have drafted 6 pathways and also the blueprints concerning the industrial chain, mainly focusing on the artificial intelligence and the science-tech innovation. After we establish these pathways, we have to work with hundreds of the enterprises to make sure that all of these products can put in place and put into commercial use. And also last year, we have established the convention exhibition in Tianjin. And also, we are working with other regions to make sure that for some of the resources can be shared between Beijing, Tianjin, and Hebei. And we have to make sure that for the medical reimbursement can be implemented in Tianjin. And for the Phase 1 campus of the Xiehe Hospital has been opened in Tianjin last year. We are also accepting the social insurance card from Beijing and the Hebei region. Fourth, we would like to build a unified network between Beijing, Tianjin, and Hebei. For example, we have launching more high-speed train and also the intercity railway. And for the Tianjin port, we are seeing that the throughput has been improved. Fifth, we will continue to improve the ecological environment in Tianjin. So for the average concentration of PM2.5 has been reduced by 50%, and also for the surface water and also the water quality has been significantly improved. And also we are initiating a number of ecological programs in Tianjin. Tianjin is located in the downstream, and also I would like to thank Beijing and the Hebei region to work with us to protect the ecological environment in Tianjin. Because of the efforts done by the Beijing and the Hebei region, the water quality has been improved in Tianjin. Six, we would like to work together with Beijing and the Hebei region. And also we have released the 21 measures to boost the coordinated development of the Beijing-Tianjin-Hebei region in terms of the market development. I think this is the very first regional development plan released in China and also recognized by the NDRC. And also Tianjin continued to move along its cross-border commerce. And also we are working with the Hebei region to provide support to certain enterprises in the Hebei region. In such a new era, we will continue to study the spirit and the remarks made by the General Secretary Xi Jinping, especially the remarks made before the Spring Festival this year. We will bear in mind the guidance from General Secretary Xi Jinping and focus on the economic development and the high-quality development, which is the top priority for our tasks. We will continue to implement the 10 measures of the coordinated development, making sure that Tianjin can play a key role in facilitating the coordinated development and also to give the contribution to the Chinese modernization. Thank you. Next question, please. With Hongxin News, we are noted that for Beijing, it is the first country to release the non-essential functions. So in relieving the non-essential functions of the capital city of Beijing, what will be the work done by Beijing to promote the high-quality development? Thank you for your question. Since the 18th Party Congress, for General Secretary Xi Jinping has paid 18 times a visit to Beijing and also made 21 remarks. And he emphasized the importance to build a premium capital city in China. He emphasized that Beijing has 4 key roles, and also the key task in Beijing is to relieve the non-essential functions of the city to the neighboring regions. This has provided a fundamental foundation for Beijing for further development. In the past 10 years, Beijing has followed closely on the guidance of General Secretary Xi Jinping. And also we strictly manage the aggregate and our resources, and also we take concrete actions. Start from 2014, we are seeing that we are meeting the goal of the reduction of the population by 15%. And also we have reduced the land usage. We continue to improve the key functions of the capital. So first, we relocate some of the resources so as to optimize the key functions of the capital. In the past 10 years, when we are relocating the resources, Beijing still achieved the high quality development. First, I would like to mention the scientific and the technological innovation. As you all know that this is a very important task in Beijing. We will focus on the specialized innovation and also the digital area and the digital industry. We have served the innovation-driven development in China. And also, we have provided a lot of support and contribution in the AI development and also the integrated circuits. And also in Beijing, the service sector accounting for 80% of the local GDP. And we are seeing that we are boosting the service economy. And the second, we are trying to find out more rooms to improve the well-beings of our people. And also for the innovative sectors, they also gave a lot of room for the development of the city. For example, for the wholesale market in the zoo has been transformed into a core section for science-tech innovation. So we are making good use of the existing resources and also attracted over 160 financial enterprises. So this is how we make good use of the existing resources. Third, I would like to mention the reform and opening up. So for each year, we will try to continue to optimize the business environment in Beijing. We would like to facilitate the business environment to build Beijing's business environment at an international level. We will continue to open up our market and also to facilitate the free trade development. And also, we are working on a number of piloting and testing new initiatives. In 2023, the newly established enterprises has been increased by 23%. So the total number of the enterprises amounted to 2.1 million. In the past 10 years, the GDP in Beijing has exceeded 4 trillion yuan and 4 trillion yuan. And also for the GDP per capita and other parameters in Beijing has also improved significantly. They also rank as one of the top in China. That said, in Beijing, we have continued to follow the path for high-quality development. Thank you. Next question, please. With CMG, as you mentioned that in the past 10 years, we are seeing a lot of progress in the coordinated development of the Beijing-Tianjin-Hebei region. We are quite encouraged by the achievements. So my question is, what will be the future work to further facilitate the coordinated development of the three regions? I would like to take your question. So these days, we have summarizing the achievements in the past 10 years, and at the same time, we are considering what we'll do next in the future 10 years. And at the same time, we are collecting feedback from other departments and the general public. And if any of you have good suggestions, please reach out to us. We would like to work together to write a new chapter for the coordinated development of the Beijing-Tianjin and Hebei region. Going next, for the Coordinated Development Office, we'll continue to study the instructions from the CPC Central Committee, and also we will follow the instructions from the Party Committee and work with the localities in the 3 areas, making sure that we will have a new chapter for the coordinated developments. So first, we will continue to focus on the key issue. So that is to relieve the non-essential functions of the capital city of Beijing so as to resolve the urban issues in Beijing. So we are now initiating the second batch of the work to relieve the non-essential functions of the capital. So for the relief work, on one side, we are relocating some of the functions to the Xiong'an new area. Of course, this is the key area for the relocation work, but that is not the only place we relieve the non-essential functions. And the second, we have to consider the actual situation. So while we are relieving the non-essential functions to the Xiong'an new area, we have to consider the capability of the enterprises. For example, their capability, the competitiveness of the science-tech innovation. So this is not just simply relocate the enterprises from Beijing to Xiong'an new area or other cities. We have to consider more aspects and also the effectiveness of the relieving of the non-essential functions. So with such work, we can further promote the coordinated development of the Beijing-Tianjin-Hebei region. We want to optimize the structure of the functions. So that is the top priority for us. This is the key issue and the original aspiration for us. Second, we will try our best to promote high quality development in Beijing, Tianjin, and the Hebei region. That said is the Beijing +2. The 2 means the 2 wings, that is the Beijing Municipal Administrative Center and the Xiong'an new area. With several years of construction, the Xiong'an new area has shown a framework. Even though right now we are seeing a lot of the high-rising buildings which refer to the hardware, but still we have to pay attention to the software construction in the Xiong'an new area. So that's why we are always emphasizing that we have to build Xiong'an new area with Chinese characteristics and also meet the high-level standard. For example, for some of the key infrastructure projects, we have to continue to move forward of the construction. So the ultimate goal is to set the Xiong'an new area as a role model for the construction. So as Xiong'an new area is very close to Beijing, so at the same time, we also want to emphasize the importance of the science-tech innovation in the Xiong'an new area, so as to boost the development in Beijing. And also we want to unleash the potential and also to unleash the vitality of Beijing City. And also we want to make sure that all of these specific tasks can fit into the overall plan of the coordinated development of the Beijing, Tianjin, and the Hebei region. And that is not just limited to the Hebei and the Tianjin region. We also have to consider how we relieve all of these non-essential functions. And of course, we have to draft a high-quality development plan to boost the development of the Xiong'an new area. Because all in all, in this area, it covers an area of about 2,000 square meters. We have to do well in the construction of the new area. We also emphasize the importance of the integrated development. For example, in Zhangjiakou, we also have to pay attention to the ecological environment. So this is not just concerning Beijing, but also this is concerning the ecological environment for the northern part in China. We will beef up our efforts to promote the high-quality development. I believe you all know that we have a lot of highlights in Tangshan, a lot of the signature projects in Tangshan. So the development of Tangshan also have some influences in Beijing and other neighboring regions. And also we have to make sure that Beijing can play a leading role to the neighboring regions such as Shandong and the Shanxi province. And we have to make sure that Beijing can help to lead the economic and boost the economic development in the other regions. For example, we have to pay attention to the industrial integration. And we just talked about the cooperation between Beijing and Tianjin. And we have to make sure that for some of the science-tech achievements can be shared in other regions in China. And also we have to work on the cooperation to build a free trade zone so as to benchmark the high-level development in the world. This is also involving the reform. And a few months ago, the CPC Central Committee also released the document to facilitate the free flow of production factors. And this is also one of our key tasks. Fourth, we would like to remove some of the regional barriers so as to promote the coordinated development of Beijing-Tianjin-Hebei region. We would like to share the resources and also to increase the gaining of people and also to improve the satisfaction of our people. And we have to pay attention to some key areas for the well-being, for example, the education, the pension, and also the medical services, etc. For example, for some of the nursing homes, we could consider removing some of the elderly caring center to the Hebei province. And of course, we should not neglect the ecological conservation to make sure that we could enjoy the blue sea water and the lush mountains. So as I said, that if any of you have any good comments or suggestions on the coordinated development of the Beijing-Tianjin-Hebei region, make sure you give the comments to us so we will continue to boost the development. One last question, please. With Beijing Broadcasting News, my question is to the Executive Vice Governor of Hebei. So right now for the Hebei province, it has released a lot of progress to attract the visitors. My question is, what are the concrete actions taken by the Hebei province to attract the visitors? Thank you for your question. As you said, Hebei is very close to Beijing and Tianjin. And also we have done a lot of work to build our tourism. And this is one big achievement for the coordinated development of the Beijing-Tianjin-Hebei region. So for Hebei, enjoy beautiful scenery. And also we have the 12 5 A-level Sydney spots. And also we have 4 World Intangible Heritage Sites. And also we are ranking one of the top for the intangible cultural heritage. With the coordinated development of the Beijing-Tianjin-Hebei region, so for people traveling from Beijing and Tianjin, they can reach Hebei region within 1 hour. supported by the sufficient resources in the culture and the intangible resources. We also have beautiful sceneries. We have rolled out a number of policies to promote the tourism and the cultural development in Hebei province. So in the expressways, we will exempt some of the charges so that people can travel to Hebei more conveniently. We will try our best to build more museums and also to boost the development of the cultural heritage and the tourism. And also we are trying to design a number of routes for the culture and the tourism. We would like to share our resources with Beijing and Tianjin, and also we will try to establish a tourism circle together with Beijing and Tianjin. And Hebei will also pay a lot of attention to the recreational circles. And also we will work with the mainstream media to promote the tourism resources in Hebei province. We will try our best to build more tourist sites in Hebei province. Last year, we have received visitors with over 840 million, and most of them are coming from Beijing and Tianjin. And in this year's Spring Festival, for the revenue we gain from the tourism, we have increased like 53.4% compared to last year. And also, we have a very famous ancient town in Hebei province and attract a lot of visitors in Hebei province. And actually, Hebei is very close to Beijing and Tianjin. If you have time, please pay a visit to Hebei. Thank you very much for the speakers. See you next time.